Start streaming.
So, yeah. I think a few more minutes, then I think we should table it.
Yeah, I think we're making progress. We're not quite there yet. There's just media source.
Start streaming. So, yeah, well, it seems like we are streaming. It seems like we are going somewhere live.
Yeah, I think we're making progress.
Let's take a look here. Can we, okay, go to YouTube. Just.
What?
You just click on this thing right here.
I don't like doing it that way. It doesn't always refresh the way I want it to.
There we go. We're live now, dude. We're live and one person's watching. So we are live. So we are speaking live. Let's take a look. We're not on the video. I mean, they're not showing our video. They're not showing our picture, but we are live. So we are live right now. And
well, go ahead and talk.
I kind of like it this way a little bit better, because who wants to see our faces? But we are absolutely live on YouTube. See if anyone's out there. I don't think they are, but this is just a start. I'm seeing a lot of eyes.
Sorry, it's very confusing watching both screens, though. That's the problem here.
Yeah, I'm looking here. Okay, and that is some like
Fugazi. Let's see here. Just keep talking, man.
Okay, I'm just looking right now. We're 73 seconds into it. This is Transparency and Merit. I'm Brian, and Joe is running the computer as we speak, and we are getting into a lot of 3D or like
it's okay, just
three-dimensional images.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's coming through, and
one of these two. I don't want to take them. Let's see.
So, we're streaming right now, and we are live right now, and I don't know if our pictures are going to come up or not, but we are live right now because we can hear ourselves live, at least I can hear myself live, and we can put up other things, and I think we can actually watch other videos and comment on them right now. So... I'm just...
is it showing live? Oh, it is.
We are live. Yes, we're live, dude.
Hi, people.
Hi, people. But it's not showing our faces or anything like that. I just show that we are live and that two people are watching. So
that could be easy. Add it in. Just got to figure out which one it is. Image.
Okay. And is that our... And are we streaming live? I don't know. So the picture's not... how about video caption right here? Would that work it? It's buffering. I don't know.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. And we're here live now. So we are live. And
all these bright lights.
All these bright lights. Get on your sunglasses, Joe. So, and I don't know, by the way, if the camera, if the camera is even picturing us right now.
What?
Because I don't see a thing here. But I think if we...
It's on a delay.
It's on a delay. So I think if we refreshed it, it would probably be happening. So it's on a delay. Oh, here we are. So we're live. And it's on a
Where are my glasses?
And it's on a delay. So we are live. we are live.
You are watching an episode now of Transparency and Merit. I'm Joe, and that's Brian. We're just fumbling around as newbies to live streaming, but we want to make this a little bit more of a community. So that's the thing we're concentrating on right now, is getting our technical end together to present you with our version of today's media, political landscapes, and all that sort of thing. I mean, there's some big fish out there, and we've been podcasting for 9 years.
Yeah, we started on Blog Talk Radio. We've had our stuff on YouTube as well. We've done a few YouTube videos. So we've gathered in both, in politics and
it's on Transparency and Merit.
And yeah, so we've dabbled both in politics and in entertainment. There's a lot of censorship out there right now. It's unfortunate. And we're coming along at a time when censorship right now is still at its strongest. It seems to be weakening, but there's a large group of social justice activists who I guess they don't like freedom of speech. They don't like dialogue and stuff like that, which is unfortunate. I see it lessening, but I don't necessarily see the grip fully, them loosening their grip anytime soon, just because they have a philosophy and they have a belief, and it's kind of like a religion. I call it the religion of the anti-racist. So anything that is considered racist or white supremacy, they're going to censor, and they'll do this with like a religious fervor. So it's if you are basically offending the morals of the so-called anti-racist, that's when censorship will come hardest on you. And it's like a religion, it's like a faith, and it's, I guess I can, it's kind of like, the Legion of Decency back in the day with the film codes, and they had the Hayes office. It's kind of like that, except if you offend people's their sensibilities, they will absolutely they will come out and censor you. Their sense of justice and right and wrong, they will basically censor you. Now let me see. I got a comment on YouTube. Can I look at that real quick, Joe?
Just tell me where to go. Just tell me.
Scroll down, please. Can you? I don't want to say. Okay. Let me see. Click on the bell icon. Okay. Okay. Just I on anti-Semitism. 0 obviously online media. Breitbart London. Hopefully. I don't know what.
0 obviously only from online media. So what is this a response to?
I don't know. Can we? Yeah. Cause you.
So you commented on Rashmi's comment.
Yes.
How much of this will be covered by the press? And it was an article, a story about justice for Maka Kumari, stand up for human rights.
So yeah, this person I think was captured by a group of Muslims. And
what?
Part of me just wants.
I need to do stuff, man.
I know. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry.
What are you doing?
Well, no. I just wanted to.
Go ahead. Go.
I wanted. Let me just. I just want to. Okay. So let me.
We're sharing studio today, so.
So yeah. Let me go
back.
back.
What can you do?
So I'm looking at my notifications and. So I'll go back into. Okay. So we're going into my notifications here. I got into quite a few arguments with Notorious Becky, and I don't know how much of that is filled and how much of it is not, but it was quite a few arguments, and it's.
Well, instead of talking about it, why don't you say what it's about?
Okay, so it was an argument over the transit police. They kicked a person.
Now, I wonder if anyone can hear this, but this is the video.
You allowed them. I did not. Please don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Listen. Don't touch me. What are you doing? Listen. Do not. Don't touch me. Are you serious? I'm trying to go home. You said no, I can't go home.
Now,
are you insane?
This person is. She didn't have. I believe she didn't have her pass, and.
What do you mean? She works at?
No. She was riding a subway, and she was. I guess she may have been trying to get home. She didn't have her pass, and there's an argument about how the whole thing is structured, and Notorious Becky. Now, the word like Becky, it's kind of a.
It's word Becky or the name?
Well, there's a thing Becky on there. Can we? I don't know if you want to. Oh, okay. Are you?
I just gotta check on a couple something here and make sure. Okay, that's good. All right. Let me just close this. All right. Let me close this. All right.
Okay, so she says you can't put your can't put hands on people.
The unlucky one who got caught going through the door. She should have swiped her card, and this would not have happened. And then Notorious Becky says, "Can't put hands on people, can't push kids." You chimed in. What did you say?
I said there was a time in this country when police officers were treated with respect. That child was contentious. Police actions are
I see a second viewer.
All right, we got a second viewer. But I said,
are you watching us?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I just said there was a time when basically when police officers were treated with respect. That child was contentious. Police actions are much more severe in other nations, by the way. And she says now they deserve no respect until they earn. They are a gang. Perhaps you can, and I just said perhaps you can name a country where the cops act correctly. Then we can see in practice how it should be done. And then she says, we are supposed to be
that country, but instead we train cops for 6 months to police our citizens. They need a year or two to be. Is that true? 6 months training?
I really don't know.
What other job has more than 6 months of training?
Yeah, you know what? I gotta say that I don't know if it's 6 months, but there was.
Instead, we get power-hungry, racist idiots. Let them police their own neighborhoods. See if they abuse and kill their neighbors' kids.
Yeah, I don't believe that happens. And let me just okay. Police officers should have more training. Perhaps police officers should have more training, although outliers are not the norm. I wonder if you would comment on this video. And I show her a video of Thomas Sowell, and he talks about there were two blind.
We got our first question. We got our first comment. Oh my God, JP sounds so young but looks so old. Let's be clear about this, kids out there. I'm 47 years old. All right.
And I'm 50.
Yeah.
But
and he's 50.
And I'm 50.
Yeah, we're not pulling any punches on that. So yeah.
These are our toupees right here.
Yeah.
But I mean, my thing is that
this may not be for all kids, by the way. We're not swearing. We have a no swearing rule here.
Yeah.
Transparency, merit. We're just covering stories. We're going to be interviewing people. We're going to be covering these news stories. We're going to have debates on YouTube. But look, if you're in your low childlike mind, it's probably not the place for you. There's plenty of YouTube is a huge platform. Go find what you want, man or woman. All right, so I'm sorry, where were you at here on this?
So let's go down a little bit. Let's go down.
We gotta lay down some boundaries before we just start jumping into these stories. I mean,
all right.
People don't. This is called right. Joe and Brian.
This is Joe and Brian. So
we gotta give some background.
I was talking. Okay, so I got into a conversation with a woman by the name of Notorious Becky. Anyone, I mean, the woke community uses the word Becky on. It's like to signify white women who call the police. I mean, I think that's what it is for her. It's a thing where white people call the police on black, so they go, "Oh, Becky," or whatever, So it's one of those woke, one of those woke outrage terms they've challenged. And really, here's the truth: you really can't. I mean, they control the narrative and they censor any narrative that speaks out against it. To me, when I'm talking truth to power, because I call it the civil rights industrial complex, or the fanatical anti-racist. They control a lot, not just in America, but throughout the West. Joe's going to be traveling to England. Hopefully he will delve into how much power some of these fanatical anti-racists have, because they seem to have quite.
I wonder how that's going to go. I'm actually kind of scared to do that in London by myself. But we'll see. I mean, I don't mind talking, people passing out cards,
Yeah.
getting people to come to the Transparency and Merit YouTube. But my God,
Well, they do have
getting out there in London could be.
They do have
pretty
a
sketchy.
soapbox of freedom of speech where you can. I guess I forget where it's called in England, where people just they have a free speech corner. So organizing. Let me see here. Can we scroll? I'm just going to scroll up a bit here. So, perhaps police officers should have more training. Although outliers are just thought it was BS. Perhaps something in between. So, she says definitely not BS, just a different point of view. Do you have a point of view? Do you have an opinion on the point of view? And she says, from that standpoint of things, of why things changed dramatically in 1965, blackout to 1977, not really. I was born in 1990. So she was basically, here's the deal. She was born into this kind of thought process and into this mindset. And it's a mindset that doesn't often get challenged, particularly on social media. Well, it doesn't get challenged in the mainstream media, and then social media basically censors what gets challenged. It was getting challenged for quite some time, and then
You seem to think that's on the down.
it seems to be a little bit, but these fanatical anti-racists have a lot of control, and they censor. They're very censorious. I really don't think they want debate. They want control. So, and it's very undemocratic. It's really anti-liberty because it's like much of cancel culture is done without trial. They just cancel you out, and most of the time when you're accused of a crime, there's consensus on how severe that crime should be, and it kind of includes all of us. Like with cancel culture, it should include all of us, and we should all have a chance to debate. So,
did you get through it?
and she said, you are from the other side of the. Okay, so
You are from the other side of the tracks?
Scroll up here. Okay.
What did you say?
I said I've known about the anti-racist con since 1980/1989 when Tawana Brawley came into play. You seem to supporting hysteria, nihilism, and people with narcissistic personality disorders that will lead a nation to become a place of social squalor and barbaric behavior.
For watching.
Okay.
Thank you.
So she said, you are from the other side of the tracks, but one day it will be your kids or family the police violate. I'm a firm believer. Okay, you're covering. I'm sorry, but you're covering.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you're covering the words. Okay. I'm a firm believer in that there are no good cops because they would always report the bad ones. Okay. And then I posted this with this picture. I have been on many sides of the track. I come from a proud stock of people who would eat dirt before accepting any handouts. A people of honor and stoic nobility. And I put this picture of miners to show that people have worked hard. I don't know if
Is that your grandpa?
No. No, it's not my grandfather, but it just shows, I do have family that did come from the mines and from other places, and then the conversation kind of ended. But
That's a lot. That's a good back and forth.
yeah, but the thing of it is, America, basically, in my opinion, we're losing the ability to really talk to one another, and I think it's the anti-racists do not want to be questioned. It's become a faith and a religion, and if you question it, and they have power. The anti-racist, the civil rights industrial complex has power, and they have the power to silence you. And if they consider it white supremacist, they will, they consider it white racist or so-called white supremacist, they will shut you down. So I mean, and my question is, how can there be white supremacy when these people have the power to silence you? Just
Let's talk a little bit about what we're doing here and what our goals are. What I've seen now is that our subscribers have gone up. We've got 2 new subscribers.
well, that's great.
And that's this is our first stream, so thank you. And I think what we really aim to do is to grow our subscribers and start using these videos as a platform to get people to our website, which is still, it's there, but I think we need to develop the website.
Yeah, we're developing the website, and basically, we want to, and there are places that are becoming more out there about freedom of speech and freedom of thought, and we want people to have brave, honest conversations on a wide range of topics.
Exactly, and without judgment, and hopefully keeping our swearing to a minimum. I think we should have a swear jar personally, and
Maybe we should.
and just really kind of focus on keeping keeping our language at our personal apex, super high, keeping within all our moral and ethical codes that we live by in our everyday life, and translate that here on YouTube, and just like I said, build community, and hopefully at some point we'll have enough to really make an impact and work, get to our mission statement.
Yeah, and just, you know what?
Do you know what our mission statement is?
Well, I mean, logic and reason. I mean, and transparency and merit. How much transparency
There you go.
does something have, and how much merit does the argument? Because you can't, if someone is bringing forth an argument now, and we don't want to get into people's personal life unless you're being like a full-on hypocrite, but how much transparency do certain organizations that are making policy? How much transparency do they have, and how much merit? And the only way through transparency, a lot of times, is through debate and through seeing if your ideas. The only way to really really get to the merit is through debate, and that's what we're trying to get, is debate.
I wonder if Darren ever got to see this. Darren, did you watch any? And did it work?
So we're also going to we're going on our Discord page here, and people are basically there. And
I've been typing all this stuff, by the way, on Discord.
And Joe has been saying that people will basically, come to our page and they will listen, and they will, we'll get more listeners this way, and we'll get more of our word out. Hopefully we will.
We're going out on a limb here. I mean, neither of us are beauty queens.
We are
The U team.
We are middle-aged men, and we are rather unattractive. I mean, let's be honest. Age, the age,
I don't think it matters. I really don't. What I think matters is that people know we're going to be here, and we're going to continue talking like we have for 9 years without quitting. We may take breaks here and there, but we really have been pretty consistent. We've done thousands now of podcasts. We've done, and not that it gets boring. I don't think podcasting has never gotten boring for me, but this just seems like a way to reach a whole lot of people, and I'm pretty confident that this will be the platform that'll be a better platform for us.
You might be very right.
I don't think people will care how we look.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're also looking for other people and other people to have conversations with. We want to hear from you, and we want to hear your ideas.
All right.
There are a lot of, and I just want to end on this. There are a lot of people who, if they have different ideas, they don't want to, particularly on the left, and I'm not saying all of them, but particularly on those that are really stridently anti-racist, who consider it a religion. They don't. It's like talking to a fundamentalist Christian or a fundamentalist Muslim, or like a fundamentalist, or an Hasidic Jew. He doesn't, he doesn't want his faith questioned, and it's really a faith and a religion to him, and that is unfortunate because these things do impact society. They impact policy, and they should be questioned. That's just my opinion. If what you say is true, it'll stand up to its bootstraps. It'll stand up to public scrutiny.
Well, I think we're good. I'm Joe. That's Brian. This is Transparency and Merit.
Yeah, thanks for listening.
Like, subscribe, leave comments. This may not be the most controversial show, but there are parts of it that are. Go ahead and leave a comment. Let us know how the sound is. Let us know. Gosh, comments are turned off? Oh, no. I'll have to fix that.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you again. Transparency Merit. We're leaving now.